I'm sitting here with Jonathan Metcalf from Integrity Martial Arts. He's the owner of a martial arts studio in Enfield. So, Jonathan, I wanted you to tell me a little bit about how you teach confidence at Integrity.
Well, we have children who come from a range of different backgrounds and, have a range of different abilities. But the thing that is most powerful, I think about what we do, is that children learn how to believe in themselves there. And there's nothing out in the world that can't be done better without confidence. So how we develop that is tricky in the following sense. Self-esteem is not just some magic powder that you sprinkle onto children. It's something that has to be developed from inside. So what we do at Integrity Martial Arts is that we teach them right from the beginning this idea that I can. So we have a reward system where they set small goals where they earn stripes and belts and patches. And each one of those little small victories is an I can and I can. And we don't just give them away. The kids have to earn them. And as they progress higher, the bar becomes higher and higher and higher, harder to reach. And the martial arts has naturally built into it these goal systems that teach children that if you want something, you need to strive for it. So the junior black belt is the first big goal for our children's program. And it takes a few years to accomplish that. And I have lots of kids, 6, 7, 8 years old, who know, oh well, in order for me to get my junior black belt, it's going to take me 3 years. And they've set that goal, and they know the steps along the way, and they know the challenges, and they know it's not going to be easy. And as they go through those steps and realize that it's them who's making this accomplishment happen, they get that feeling like, I can do this, I deserve this. And that's a really strong foundation for confidence.
I was exactly going to ask you that question. How do they keep those short-term goals and have that confidence in order for them to reach a long-term goal?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the way we interact with our students. Organized sports have a lot of positive qualities, but unfortunately a lot of the people who run sports aren't educators, they're volunteers. And bless their hearts for taking the time to spend with our children. But on the other hand, they aren't always the best ones to develop the feelings of success in our children. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because having a child develop athletic qualities in a sport environment means that there's going to be one kid who's going to be the best and one kid who's kind of letting the team down. And as positive as a lot of coaches are, that kid's going to know. And if you have a coach who isn't that positive, well, it can really cause damage to a child's self-esteem. So one of the things that Integrity Martial Arts does is we go through a lot of communication training about how to talk to children about improving their behavior, improving their technique, improving what they do here without making it feel like they failed. And there's no team that they're letting down or getting behind on. It's always about their own individual goals and their own individual progress. But we practice as a group so they get that socializing aspect as well and learn how to interact with a group without them relying on the group or the other way around. So, someone once said that competitive sports don't bring out your best, but they weed out the worst. And, unfortunately for some children, especially the guys who are a little less confident, a little bit less of a go-getter on the soccer field maybe, they're often weeded out, the ones who need the confidence the most.
Can you tell us what specific ways you use at Integrity to teach confidence?
Well, okay, so first off, I was telling you a little bit about some of the communication skills, so that's one. Thing number two is what we were talking about before, which is this goal system where we have at each level. So in the beginning levels, we make the rewards come often and quickly. So they get a stripe probably every 2 weeks initially if they're behaving at home and if they've learned the material. And then they get a belt every couple months. And then at the next level, it becomes every 3 months and a stripe every month or so. So there's this constant set of awards and rewards. We have a character development program. That's a trademark character development program called Character Development That Sticks, that talks to children about how they can show these ideas of respect, discipline, and self-control at home. And the remarkable thing is, if you ask most kids, hey, Joey, don't hit your sister. Joey, why is it wrong to hit your sister? Most kids, young children, 5, 6 years old, will say, well, because I'll get in trouble. And you'll hear that answer even from 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. What's very rare to hear is, well, because that's not good respect, because it could hurt them. And by 7, 8, 9, 10, some kids have gotten there. But that's what we really want for our children, is for them to be values-oriented rather than punishment-oriented. And I think that the way we do things, specifically, concretely, tells them how to establish, these ideas in terms of taking pride in who they are, having that discipline, and making sure that the character development, the STICS program, ensures that they look at who they are in terms of their values rather than just the consequences and the punishment.
So it sounds like what you're instilling in them is the values, but also there's a sense of that commitment and goal setting for your students?
Absolutely. Well, I was saying before, here's young kids who've committed to junior black belt or even to their black belt, and they know it's going to take 5 or 6 years. And really, what it comes down to, bottom line, confidence is that feeling of knowing I can do it, or and if I can't, at least I know how to try, and I'm gonna try. It's that belief in yourself, and that really only comes from getting out there, having a goal set for you, or setting a goal for yourself, and then trying, failing, trying, succeeding, and overcoming those obstacles. And that's how it really works.
So it sounds like something that will not only benefit the child, but also all of those who interact with that child.
Well, confidence affects every area of a child's life. Their family, their home, their school, their athletics, their social life. It really is that extra component that makes a difference between, that child superstar and the child, wallflower.
So I guess my last question would be, why choose integrity martial arts to teach children confidence?
Well, okay, that's an interesting question. What's different about integrity martial arts? You ask any school if they teach children confidence, the answer is going to be yes. But what we've gone to do here that's very different than in any other martial arts schools, or most other martial arts schools, I should say, there's several good ones in the country, is that we have the character development that STICS as a trademark character development program. Our staff goes through extensive training on how to communicate in a positive manner. Every week we spend hours, and we bring in outside experts that teach us about communication. And a lot of thought and effort goes into implementing those character lessons in every class. So it's part of our lesson plans, and sadly many martial arts schools are run by hobbyists, not by educators. And integrity martial arts, everyone who's on staff is trained to be an educator, not just a karate enthusiast.
Okay, well great, thank you very much.